were too sweet for me until I stumbled along the river and fell in. The snake's back on his feet, walking down the street. He's coming for you, but baby, I'm coming too. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love.
Hello, everybody. It is March 24th, 2024. I am Drew.
And I'm Tara.
This is America's #1 Chicago-based sibling, sports, and entertainment butthole buffoonery. 69 celebrating the wettest podcast on both sides of the Mississippi. It is MELLONfights. MELLONfights. Oh, she says. It is it is the tastiest podcast
The tastiest podcast
north of the
that will
equator.
ever-
Because I bet there's some spicy podcasts south of the equator. I'm just going to be honest.
Definitely.
I'm not going to pretend
The
like
spicy side.
we're as spicy as some of the southern equator pods out there. I'm not even pretending.
Brazil's got some spicy.
Definitely some spicy pods in Brazil. There's probably some spicy pods in Australia, to be quite honest.
Oh yeah,
Saying some wild
the
shit.
spiciest.
Oh, Tara, look at you. Tara's rocking her holiday gift. This is her Christmas gift. She got it just this last week. I kept forgetting to take it home. I sent it home with our father last week. And Tara is rocking it. It's their ultimate, it looks like Ultimate Warrior, 1980s, 1990s WWF superstar. The Ultimate Warrior looks like his face paint, but it's sunglasses.
It's
It looks fucking ridiculous.
It's pretty crazy.
You look nuts.
It's not the most comfortable pair of sunglasses I've ever worn.
Yeah. It's because they're like jamming into your nose there.
Yeah, I might possibly be too because I've got my headset on.
Are they tight?
Uh,
You look so stupid. You look like more like a bird. You look like a. I'm trying to think of. There's like a Cartoon Network like Birdman or something. You look ridiculous.
Yeah, well,
But-
I'm pretty much cool
But
in them,
they're
though.
fun. They're very
I,
fun. Give me a little Ultimate Warrior. Give me a little Ultimate
I
Warrior.
don't even know what he sounded
He
like.
sounded fucking crazy.
My name is the Ultimate Tara, and I'm here to beat your ass.
Oh wow! I think you nailed it. I think you did something there, and I think nailing it.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You were all black because
Whoa.
you yourself are mourning the death of Jesus Christ, but I'm wearing pink in honor of Easter.
Oh.
But you're in more of a mourning phase, I would say. Mourn, MOUR, mourn.
Morning.
Yeah,
Is this when he died?
he died on Good Friday.
Which is this past Friday?
No, the
or
upcoming
Friday
Friday.
coming up. Okay.
Or he died on Thursday. Because he died the third day is when I'm a little confused.
Rose again.
But they always say, but there's Good Friday, because that's, I think, when it happened, right? And then there's 2 days
Yeah.
later. That's only 2 days. First day, are they saying first day of the day died? Second day, man, they're really
The next day.
sleuzing the math there. You can take those off, Tara. I just wanted to see it on you.
Okay. They're a little.
Just give me
tough.
one of the, wait, hold on. Give me like you're shaking the ropes. That just looked like you were double jerking off. Dude. That doesn't. I mean, it looked like y'all were worried, but it also looked like you were fucking double toothbrushing it there, giving the double guacamole there. All right, you're done.
Getting in there, dude.
I can't promise that's not going up.
Oh God.
You did it.
Well,
You
all right.
did it. Easter's coming up, Tara. I kind of forgot.
Great segue.
Easter's coming up, Tara. I kind of forgot about it.
Yeah.
Anything you want to talk Easter real quick before, or we can maybe do that later. We'll do that at the end. Let's go straight into March Madness because we're going to talk Wonka. which is perfect because Wonka is our Easter. We watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory every Easter, so this is actually perfect
Yeah.
to do Wonka. Maybe I would say
We didn't even
didn't even
realize
think about it, but
Look
it's
out.
perfect. So we did Wonka
Perfect.
today. We might have a new. Honestly, I might have a new way I do Easter. We'll see.
Mhm.
But yeah, so we'll go to Wonka second, but we'll start with March Madness. So
All right.
March Madness
I'm
began
just
on
pulling up a
Thursday.
bracket.
Pulling up a bracket, seeing what you got going on. Good call. I should pull up my bracket too. I think I did one on ESPN. I'll just pull that up. Men's Tournament Challenge.
Oof. I fell today in our bracket.
Wow, I'm not even, mine on ESPN. I didn't even try that. I just kind of put the Badgers in just because I just wanted.
You
Just
know,
I wanted.
that's how
Just I wanted. Why do anything else? Why do anything else?
I filled out a bracket for the first time this year in probably forever.
Yeah.
Like a lot. I never do brackets. I don't like them. And I realized why I don't like them.
Why is that?
Because I always wait till the last minute.
Yeah.
And then I just have to like not even think about it, just kind of throw some stuff together. And then what I really want is I just want close games
Yeah.
that come down to buzzer beaters.
Yeah, we want the Badgers to win first and foremost.
Yes.
We want the Badgers to win first and foremost. And then after that, I don't really give a shit, honestly, except for
No.
close. Yeah, I want my bracket to do okay if I care. I usually don't. Or I want close games, and then I just kind of and that's it. Because once there's a blowout, I like don't give a shit if it's not my team.
No.
I
Not at
left
all.
the house today because everything was a blowout. Today was really the last 2 days have been terrible. Terrible.
I know.
No upsets and no big upsets going into here. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So day one, Tara is out and about. Tara's out at Buffalo Wild Wings, the perfect place to watch the madness.
Perfect
I didn't go
place.
home for the first time in a couple years. I used to go home every year. I didn't go home once, obviously, during the pandemic, and I didn't go home this year. But Tara took off and went out just my dad on Thursday, which is rare.
Yeah.
Was that fun?
It was a lot of fun. It's crazy how fast time goes
When you're there?
in a Buffalo Wild
It's crazy,
Wings.
isn't it? How long were you there?
Yeah.
What time did you get there? Opening?
We got there at opening. We were there
Like
around
10:30?
like 10:30, 10:45.
Mm-hmm.
And we could, to be honest, could have stayed all night.
For sure.
But we
Done it.
decided, you know what? I needed to go and eat some food that wasn't fried.
You got a salad there, probably.
I also wasn't drinking, which is our bill wasn't crazy.
I'm sure because Dad's not a
Um,
big. Yeah, well, your bill was probably less than $100.
Yeah, it was. It
crazy.
was $71. I crushed two Red Bulls.
Red Bulls.
2 sugar-free Red Bulls.
Wow.
But it's just crazy how fast time goes. And
What time did you leave?
We left at about 6 o'clock.
Sure.
There was like a little lull.
Yep.
And we're like, well,
Right
why don't we
when the
head?
news comes on before the late games start.
Yep,
There's like one game
exactly.
going.
And Dad's not a big eater. I'm not a big eater.
And we weren't there to
So we're
keep
like-
the beers a flowing. So
Exactly.
yeah.
So we decided to head home.
Can I tell you something? They do not know how to spread
Yeah.
these games out. Today was the
No.
worst day yet.
It was
There was
so bad.
there was nothing going on. There was the two early games only. And then everything's been on in the last couple of hours. It's just like, why didn't you smash these together a little earlier and not have these late ass games on a Sunday night, you dumbasses? Why are there why is there a
Exactly.
game going on right now? It's at like
Oh, my
halftime
guess
and
is
another
it's
one just
probably-
starting.
My guess is probably because the women's tournament.
Well, who cares? Who's watching it?
I don't know.
Nobody.
Not me.
There's like two
I was
teams
getting
people. There's like
pissed.
2 teams people will watch,
Yeah.
and even then, they're barely watching them.
But I was like so pissed because for some reason YouTube TV wasn't letting me just pick the men's tournament. I had
Yes,
to either pick
Tara.
the women's and the men's, or
They were trying to double box me with women's games and men's games. I'm
Yeah.
like, get the fuck out of here.
I was like, what is this? And then I was like, okay, I don't want this. So then I just picked the men's. But then they had it where it was like 21 Jump Street was on True TV. But for some reason that one was
See, I
on
like that.
the box.
I like that, Tara. I want that. That's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to put like 21 Jump Street on and then have my other game next to it. I want to be able to pick
That one
any
wasn't.
channels I want. That's fun.
So
That's
that
fun.
one wasn't too bad. But then when 60 Minutes came on and it was talking about the election, I was like, no, I don't want to look at any of this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, so they got to figure that part. They just like the schedule this year was so bad. I'm like, why are these games on? Like, there's games on right now. Tatum ranked 15 millionth, 43 percentile. It's
it.
not good. I have North Carolina
No.
winning it. I have North Carolina winning
I'm trying to figure out why I started. Like when I started the day, I was ranked number 2, and now I'm 7th. Who lost? That got me.
I don't know.
Oh, Kansas
Oh,
lost.
and
That's
that
right.
and that one, I have no idea. Where am I last?
Probably.
I don't even know how to pull that up. I had Kentucky winning it also. But anyway, that's not that interesting to talk about what we got. But so then, so did we overthink everything, Tara? Who do you have winning it?
UConn.
Oh, you didn't overthink it. UConn's the best team.
No. Yeah.
Why? I don't know why everyone didn't pick UConn. Like, because it's so hard to repeat, but they are the best team.
Yeah, by
They're
far.
good. They're good. They're very good. And they're just like going to keep being good for the rest. I think they're going to win the tournament. You know, they could lose, but I don't have a ton of faith in anyone else. Purdue, whatever, they've beaten nobody. I'm so tired of them talking about how good Zach Edey is. I'm just like, he's not as bad as I thought. I watched him today. I'm like, he's not as bad as I thought.
No.
But he's not an NBA
I mean, he's
rotation
just a
guy, in my
giant
opinion.
man.
He's a giant man. He's a giant man.
But like that first day, the BYU game in the morning was like the only one that there was an upset, and it was exciting because it came down to like the last couple. But man,
No, there was tons of upsets, Tara, the first 2 days. Tons of them.
no, that first when we were at B-Dubs.
Oh.
But then when we went home,
That's when they all started falling.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. That's when we got to watch. That's when we got to watch the guy jack up threes. Can I tell you something?
Oh my gosh.
I was having really a lot of fun watching him. But then when they showed how many threes he takes a day, it was like 250, and then he does practice, and he does another like 500 shots. Or no, it's 500, and then he does practice, and 250 more. He should be making more threes, in my opinion. And that's all he shoots when he practices.
That was the crazy thing for me, like his stats where he's taken like no twos in games. Like that's wild.
Well, did you see the other thing where he played at the lower level and he was like scored 50 points in the championship game or something, and like only one of them was a 3? So at a lower level, could do everything, but like he's just not athletic enough to do anything else. I feel like it was hard for him to get open. I mean,
someone was pretty
the way
much
they were guarding.
right on
yeah. So if
him.
you guys don't watch it, he's this guy from on a small school, Oakland, which is in Michigan, and it's this dude was just jacking up threes and hitting them all. But he hit the first half of the first game which was really exciting. Couldn't miss in the first half of the first game, and in the end, ended up being 10 for 20, which is good, 50%. But I'd like to see it could have been more like 14 or 15 for 20. That's what I would like to have seen that first game, as hot as he was. But then they started guarding him without even. They just like, he's not getting the ball ever again.
No.
They wouldn't even look at the ball. They just looked at him.
No. Yep.
Watching that, I'm like, man, maybe people should play defense like that more on like a guy that's going like when last year in the playoffs when Jimmy Butler was going crazy on the Bucks.
Yeah.
Someone should have just probably guarded him like that. It's like he does not get the ball, and if he does, it's he worked super hard for it.
That's how Mom always used to guard.
Yeah, Mom's a weirdo. Yeah,
and it would
they were
stress
guarding
people
like they were
out.
guarding
People
like
get pissed.
It's funny, they were guarding like a person that doesn't know how to play basketball because the guy couldn't help out anywhere else.
No,
it was weird, but it made it less fun when they started doing that. And then they did it a lot in the second game too, which they almost won. They could have won that goddamn game.
I know.
I thought they were going to win it there for a second when they got it.
Would have been so
close.
fun.
Got it back close. I thought they were going to win it. So yeah, the March Madness. My big takeaway is a bunch of upsets the first 2 days, but today it's pretty much been chalk, man. It's kind of all the Cinderellas are basically gone, and yes, unless Yale can pull off a win tonight. I guess I'm rooting for Yale. I don't think so. I don't want to root for Yale. Come on. That's the things like, oh yeah, the underdog. Like, I'm not gonna root for a bunch of douches that go to Yale. How much do those dudes probably suck? Bunch of Yale dudes. Come on. Yale ballers, they got to be the worst. Oh my God, they must suck.
Well, right now I'm just looking and it's showing that NC State's still in it. They're an 11.
Yeah, but that's barely. They won the ACC tournament. They don't count. They don't count. Anytime see, I don't ever count a Cinderella just because you're a low seed. But if you're a major conference, if you're in a major conference and you also won the tournament in the conference, no, you don't count as a Cinderella. It was fun watching that big boy play ball.
Oh my gosh,
he's a big boy.
Fun. He is a big boy.
But it was actually fun seeing on the same court was this big giant dude built like a lineman, like bigger than a lineman, really. And then this white boy who looks like a thumb jacking up threes. He looked like he was maybe 35 at the minimum.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he looked like an old man.
It's like he just didn't even look like a basketball. He probably is a little bit older if I had to guess, since he played somewhere else and then transferred. But
I think he's like a 5th year, so he's probably like.
Their coach was really funny. How pissed off was he getting on the side? He would go nuts. He's like, "What the fuck?" Like even at the end of the game when it was basically over, he was like getting pissed. It's like, dude, chill.
Yeah.
Chill out.
I liked him.
Chill out. Yeah, I did too. It was fun. It was a fun watch the first couple days. Any big takeaways from it? Other than that, the upsets and all that jazz. Any other players that caught your eye? This is the least I kind of got into the tournament in a couple years.
Not really. No players that really caught my eye.
Yeah.
I just, I love that Kansas lost. That's always a good time for us.
Wisconsin's terrible.
So happy about that. Oh, God.
I mean, they lost to a team that was dog shit. That JMU team was terrible. I'm like, this team's not even good. Duke proved that. Duke crushed them. Wisconsin is a joke, man. They were a way better basketball team and couldn't beat. They shit their pants.
That's exactly
John Wall.
Like the first.
Let's call him John Wall. What's his name? Tyler Wall. Tyler Wall loves to shit he's terrible.
Oh, he's so bad. And like, I don't understand why that young kid doesn't get to play. He can hit threes. Ascension.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's good, and he's like, because they asked him if he was gonna stick around, and he said yeah. But I don't think the one guy, Store.
What about him?
I don't think he'll go back.
He's going pro?
No, I think he'll transfer.
Why?
Because he was real non-committal at his presser
about transferring,
about coming back.
Well, that's because they're talking.
There's no way he can go pro.
Well, why? There's no reason for him to transfer. Why would he transfer? They let him shoot as much as he wants at Wisconsin.
We might be able to get.
And they're a team that
more money.
Huh?
You might be able to get more money with.
He's
NIT
an idiot.
Somewhere.
Yeah, he's an idiot. If he leaves, he'll score a million. He's not a great basketball player, though. Not a great basketball player.
That's the weird thing about NIT. It's like, I really think that these. God, why do I say NIT? I suck.
You're not that smart?
I'm not. I really think that the players should be getting paid because, like, the amount of money that they make. But I don't know if this is the way to do it. I think
this isn't it.
Like, it's just like fucking shit up. So it's like, Nick.
I think here's what it should be. There should be a limited amount of transfers that are going on. I just don't think you should be able to transfer as much as they do. Because it's not a job. It's still not a job, you know?
Right.
It's a different thing. And there needs to be, and for if you want the sport to live, because the sport will die. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want, but the sport will die because I care less. I've been caring less because I don't know what's going on. There's a bunch of I don't know who these dudes. I don't know who Store is. I don't know who fucking I didn't know what's his name coming in. Klesmit. I don't know. He's a transfer. I don't know shit about Klesmit. I mean, he was good. He's the only guy that came to play in that game in the second half.
He plays kind of Wisconsin, like that one Wisconsin player that comes to just fucking play.
Yeah. Yeah, he belongs at Wisconsin. It made sense. He looks like Wisconsin.
The thing is like Saban has been taking a little bit of heat because he's been talking about NIL.
As he should. Fuck that guy.
As he should. But this is what I'll say. It is changing the game, and I don't think necessarily in a great way because like we are just saying, we're not caring as much because I don't think it's more about the me than the we now. And like programs like Wisconsin, that's always been about the team, like their football team has been about hard work, getting like walk-ons that are amazing. Like look at the JJ Watts of the
Yes.
world, the Jim Leonards of the world, like
Yes.
people that did well in the NFL. They were this part of this walk-on culture.
Yep.
And right now, that's not what Fickle's doing.
Nope.
It's not what he's bringing.
It's not good for the
And
sport.
it's not. And
It's going to kill the
he's
sport.
he's doing what everyone's doing. So I can't like fault him that much for it. But the problem is, I feel like if they would have went with Jim Leonard, I feel like he could have found a way to balance it because he knows how important that walk-on culture is,
Absolutely.
that team mind is, and Wisconsin doesn't have that
No,
anymore.
it's
Like it
it's
just
brutal.
doesn't, and they're paying people a
It
bunch
even
of
came from
money.
these
And
running backs, man. Like they earned
yeah,
their spot. Like
yeah,
Melvin Gordon worked his way up to be the great player he was that went to the NFL.
yeah.
You know, he didn't start as a freshman. He got a few carries here and there. You know,
So I don't know. Like I
it's
said, I think these
well,
people
it's
should
easy.
be getting paid.
Yes, they should be paid, but it's time for the universities to start fucking paying them. It's
Yeah,
bullshit. These universities get a pass all day. They're not the ones paying. They're basically getting people that are boosters that are already paying
yeah,
the school money. They're also not having to
yeah,
pay these players. It's bullshit.
yeah.
It's bullshit. These
And
universities are
it's
fucking
like,
skating by. Fuck them. They make so much money, and then they put, if you're not a player, they put you in fucking debt for the rest of your fucking life,
yeah.
basically for decades to pay their, like. What are we doing? Fuck off with
Well,
your
and
fucking
to like
school.
to say that, well, they're getting an education, it's like, nah, because like they can't school like everyone
Also,
else
their education
schools.
is not. It does. Guess what? Fine. Take that off. Take that part out. Take that. They should be getting more than that.
Yeah,
Obviously, not every. And people are like, well, what about the other sports? They all don't get paid as much. It's just like any other business. Anyone who
right. They're
wants
not
people.
bringing in. They're
Anyone.
not
If
bringing
you're not
in the
bringing in
money.
money, there's no money to pay you. You know, there's just no reason to pay people the same for something that doesn't make money. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
The person that works at a certain job isn't going to get paid as much as this person that makes another job.
yeah.
Obviously.
But that's been one of my big takeaways from
Oh yeah,
this
it makes.
tournament. It's just kind of,
Yeah, some guys
it's
stay all.
just,
Some guys got it all. There's no reason for them to leave because they're getting
yeah,
paid and they're on a good team. And yeah, it's not. They'll have to tweak it
yeah,
eventually. We'll see what happens with it. I don't know. Yeah, so moving forward, I think UConn's probably going to win.
yeah.
My big takeaway is I just don't care that much. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know who's any good. It's harder
No,
than ever to know. You know. So that's why some of these smaller schools are kind of cool. Even though the guy from Oakland was a transfer in from like D3.
right.
It's so weird. It's a weird deal. I don't know how I feel about it. But yeah, college hoops. Anything else you want to say about college hoops before we move on?
No,
Right before we move on to Wonka, do a little show and tell. Tara, have you tried any other sports?
I haven't even thought about any other
I
sports.
know I watched NBA. I did have the Bucks game on. The Bucks won. They beat the OKC Thunder. So the Bucks are starting to look good. They did lose earlier in the week to the Celtics, only by a couple points, but they didn't have Giannis, so I don't even feel bad about it. They played hard and they fought back from like 20 down and almost won, and they probably should have won, but Bobby Portis missed a free throw late. Kind of changed
Oh,
everything.
Bobby.
Yeah, but he's the one that got him in the game, so I'm not mad at him. He basically was the guy that almost won it for him. What about
Um.
Otani talk?
Oh
So
yeah.
if you guys aren't sports fans, Otani is like the most famous baseball player now, best player in the league because he pitches and he hits dingers. And
Mm.
basically, he just got a new contract, biggest contract in the history of the game. But something I don't really totally know what's going on, but basically, the interpreter was his interpreter, because he's from Japan, was caught for gambling, illegally gambling. But the amount he was gambling didn't make a lot. It was like, how does he have that much money? He's just an interpreter.
Right.
So the thought process is that he was putting down bets for Shohei Otani, which would be illegal.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't actually know what the bets were, so I'm a little confused by it. I don't know what he was betting on. But there's a whole thing. But it's like, what's he betting on?
Right.
Makes like the most money in the land. That's almost like why I started thinking, like, is that why he didn't take all the money up front? to like, because if he had it all, he might have bet it all.
Yeah.
So he's like,
he's
well,
got like a crazy gambling problem.
he's got like, does he have a crazy gambling problem? He's like, I need to have this money coming in increments. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose it all fast.
Right.
So actually, I'm
But,
gonna get it later.
But it's like, are they blaming it on his interpreter just because he's like the face of the MLB? And then if that's so, it's like, look at, the Pete Roses of the world.
Oh, it's just,
that
if it comes out that he
lost-
was doing it, it's gonna be, who the fuck knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a shit show because you're not. I don't. Was he there? Were they saying he was betting on baseball games? What was he
I feel
betting
like
on?
I don't know. It's so confusing to me.
Like, I don't have enough information. I need like a full. I
That's
don't
how
have
I
time to
feel.
read it right now. But it is a crazy story that maybe we'll fill you on later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the only other thing really going on other than basketball, college style. I was gonna pull up a couple scores here just to give you updates. Houston's up 59-40. Nope, 59-50. And there's only one other game other than that going tonight. Whatever. San Diego's is beating Yale. Like I said, Yale's probably going to lose. There won't be really any upsets today. There'll be 0 upsets today. That's the case. I guess
Yeah.
Clemson upset Baylor, which is barely 6-3. No big deal. Tara, have you tried any of these yet? Kind of wanted to talk about them really quick.
I feel like back in the day.
No, you didn't, because they're new. No, you didn't.
I've had.
Dinamita stick?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They're new.
No, they've
Tara,
existed.
can I tell you a story? They're about a month old, and they're new. They've never existed.
No.
Yes.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
I'm.
Tara, I promise you, thinking of I know what you're thinking of, the Doritos Dinamitas. These are not it. These are different. I promise you. As a Dorito connoisseur.
But they had the same name.
Yes, but then it says sticks
Okay.
underneath. The Doritos
Oh.
Dinamita, but then there's sticks.
Okay.
And they're more
Okay.
like, a fry. They're like,
Oh.
they're like-
So it's not like a rolled Dorito.
no. It's
Okay.
it's like those hot fries.
Okay.
Tara.
Oh, so it has like that texture to it?
Yeah, it's almost like a cross of that and a Funyun. Or like a
Oh.
Cheeto. It's so good. I mean, there's 3 flavors. Free ad from us, Doritos. Dinamita sticks. This is smoky chili queso. This is our ASMR of the day. And it's just like, you gotta try them. So I got this flavor. There's like a chili lime flavor. And then there's like a honey mustard flavor. Tangy honey mustard.
I think that would be my flavor, that one.
This one?
Or the lime one.
Yeah.
No,
they're all
that
The
one.
honey mustard one's got a little zang to it. It's like a spicy.
See, just not a big. Well, that might be good actually.
It's not. It's my least favorite of the 3. It's just a different vibe. Anyway, I just want to say I like them. That's all.
Okay. Yeah.
It's innovative. I love innovation when it comes to food. It's a great segue into the innovation of Wonka.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one. Okay.
Last one, as you go back for more.
No, I already hit it in my mouth. Okay. All right. Hold on.
Okay. What are you bevving on?
Old fashioned. Okay.
Mm.
Here we go. So, Tara and I we did a little different this week. We both watched something we've
Yep.
never seen. I think we did that maybe 1 or twice other times.
Gleam in the Cube.
Gleaming the Cube. We were both supposed to watch this dancing one. Tara didn't watch it. I watched it. I think I talked about it a little. But anyway, we watched Wonka. We were both watching Wonka this week. We watched Wonka. Here's what I want to say. I'm going to be totally honest.
Okay.
I had such low expectations of this movie, Tara. I
Yeah.
hated the trailers. I don't know who made the trailers. They should be fired because it made the movie look like a giant piece of shit. And I heard a little bit.
I never saw one.
Tara, it just didn't look good.
Okay.
And I didn't really know what was up with it. And I was like, Wonka, I hated Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Here's the thing. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is one of my favorite movies in the history of time. It might be my number 1. It's in my top 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Top 5 for sure. No doubt about that. It actually belongs probably on our Mount Rushmore. Let's be honest.
It definitely does, but it happened before we started.
It did happen before we
Rushmores.
started, but we can retroactively add it if we need to at some point.
Yeah.
So Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is one of our favorite movies of all time. We love it. Watch it every Easter. So, and then I hated Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And then I saw they were making Wonka. Like, why are they even fucking around? And I saw Chalamet was even like, I like Chalamet, but I don't buy it. And I saw trailers for it, and I thought it looked terrible.
Terrible.
Okay? That said, that's where I'm going to start. We watched it this morning at about 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Tara, can I tell you something? I fucking loved it.
You-
I fucking loved this movie. Tara, what
It was great.
did you like it?
I loved it.
I loved this movie.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if I've enjoyed a movie more in the last year. It was up for some Oscars, I think, but I think it maybe should have won some. It was so fucking good.
Yeah.
It was good. I loved it. Miranda also loved it.
It just was like a movie where you were smiling,
Yeah. And it's
that
like,
you were engaged. Like sometimes when I'm watching movies, I pull up my phone and
Yeah.
stuff, but I didn't know once.
it was
Not
a
once.
2-hour long.
Not even to
It was a 2-hour
not
long
even
movie.
to see who was in
And
it.
it's fucking cooked.
Yeah.
It cooked. It did not feel like 2 hours to me. It was also just, it was like this great throwback
Yeah.
movie. It felt like I was watching something from the 90s. It felt like I was watching something from the 80s. It just had this really good vibe to it. And like, I was worried about it. Even when it started, I was like, man, Chalamet really doesn't sing that good. He's not a great singer. I was a little worried about that.
Yeah.
But he was so goddamn charming in it.
Oh, so good. That was like one of my big takeaways
Yeah.
is he was so great as Wonka.
He was so
He just
good.
had like such a like wonder to him and like a childlike just childlike wonder.
I actually got to the point where I was like, man, I had to start questioning him. Like, do I buy that does this guy, can he become so jaded that he becomes
I know.
the
That
version?
was hard.
But I think yes. I think he could. Because he's seen so many turds out there over the years that he's finally like, God damn it. And that's why he's so excited at the end
Right.
of Willy Wonka when Charlie shows up. He's like, he's me. He sees himself in
Yeah.
him. He sees himself in him for sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. I think he knows it when he sees him. I almost want to watch them together and break down the two movies. I'm going to say this. I think it's a perfect prequel. I loved it.
I thought it was really good.
Now I'll
And it
settle
had
down and let
really
you talk
like
about it a little.
it had really nice like it paid homage to the original in such like nice
Little ways, yeah.
Just little ways like just the way he walked up and down the stairs. Like the noise, the flute of the Oompa Loompa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When he dropped a coin into the
Yes.
that's like the coin that Charlie finds.
That's the coin Charlie finds, right?
Yes.
It
100%.
eventually worked its way to that spot, and it became Charlie's coin that got him in.
Yes.
Whew.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, I agree. I feel like it was really, I think it's underrated already. Because I've heard people like, oh, it's good. People liked it. I think it's awesome. And I think I'm going to start watching them double feature style on Easter. I think I'm going to watch reverse though, not in order. Like I'm going to watch original.
Another thing that he got from it. I'm sorry. I just am thinking.
No, it's fine.
When he went down the laundry chute, that he got that idea of getting rid of the eggs. And
for sure.
The bad stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just like little things like that where I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like
a
piece that
So people didn't know it was gonna be like this musical, which makes sense that it's gonna be musical because the other two were both musicals.
Yeah.
But it also was like, so the trailer, the original thing I saw for it, I never saw like a real trailer for it. I saw like there'd be like a clip, and it was the clip where the very first time they eat the three other candy makers eat the thing and start floating around. It just was dumb.
Yeah.
It just seemed silly. It didn't out of context. It wasn't working for me.
Right.
But when I saw it in the context of the movie, it was like really quite good. And there's some dumb shit in it. Don't get me wrong. There's some not perfect shit in it, but I didn't care because it was so good. And
did you cry at the end?
Yeah, I did cry at the end.
Me too.
I think Miranda almost cried, but I cried for probably the last 5 minutes of the movie. Once once
The mom
once he
part.
sat down and to the end, I was like bawling like
Yeah.
a little baby. I don't want to ruin the movie for you guys.
Yeah. No.
Because if you haven't watched it, you should watch it. It really is good. It's just
It's
like
good.
the music in it is fun. You know, it's not not perfect, just because part of it is they don't have a bunch of great singers in it, which is kind of nice about it, but also bad sometimes. Like no one's like a great singer in it, I would say. Agreed.
No.
But I think
There
everyone
was
does
no
a
like
really good
cheer
job.
up Charlie song. I liked all the songs.
I thought there was going to be a cheer up Charlie song.
I did too.
It's when
but
when the little girl starts singing to the giraffe. I'm
Yes.
like, nope,
I
this
was
is
like,
it.
this is gonna
and
be
then
a cheer
and then
up
he
Charlie.
kicks in, and it's like such a good sweet. It's like maybe the
Right?
best part of the movie.
And I was like singing it all day.
Oh man, loved it, Tara. I'm so I've never been. I don't think I've ever gone to a movie with lower expectations and came out like more surprised with how much I like. There's one other time, Tara. You want to know what it was? I thought that because I'm a sexist, I guess. I'm a
Yeah.
misogynist. I went in to see Kill Bill Volume 1. I'm like, I don't buy this bullshit. Bunch of ladies kicking ass. This is stupid. And obviously I was blown away by it. And I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
women can fight with swords.
Women rock.
Women do rock. And then I watched this and said, Wonka does Wonka.
Mhm.
But it's just everything about it I really liked. Let's go over a few. We kind of are going to go over the categories here real quick. We don't want to ruin it too much. We'll try not to. But definitely go watch it. Maybe skip ahead 10 minutes or something. Or 30. You know us. We might be going for 40 minutes. Oh, it's already 35 minutes in, so.
What's crazy, Drew, is I remember when we started talking about it, and I was like, I'm hearing people really like it. And
Yeah.
you're like, I don't buy it.
I didn't buy it.
Way.
I'm admitting. I was
so I love
so
it.
wrong.
I love that you're wrong.
So
And
wrong.
that it ended up being great.
Love it.
because you know, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory sucked butthole.
Hated it.
So bad.
Because it tried to.
That take on Wonka sucked.
That's the thing is,
so
Wonka-
much. Timothy as Wonka was so good.
That's the thing is they didn't try to do. They basically made the same movie. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was the exact same story
Yeah.
with just like a Tim Burton twist on it, which sucked. In
Yeah.
this, they said, let's not do that. Let's just see a different part of his life and put that rolled doll. Because that's the thing is, the Wonka we love doesn't have that rolled doll like vibe to it. I would
No.
say where this does. You know, I wasn't excited. I thought that what's his name as the Oompa Loompa was gonna suck, and he was in it so little
So
that it
little.
really didn't even matter. But he was good as it. I ended up
Yeah.
liking it quite a bit. It was kind of a good
What's
little
so
Oompa Loompa.
weird to me is how, because Hugh Grant came out saying how he hated filming this, and I was like, homie, you probably did it for like a day. Like,
Right?
why did you hate it so much?
Yeah, what did
Like,
he hate?
Or maybe they ended up doing more with him, but it just didn't work. So he hated that he was there for a bunch of time and nothing it was really in it. I
Yeah.
don't know. But I was like, you were barely in it.
And it was good. It worked.
Yeah.
You know,
It was interesting
to see how it
backstory.
like they got like how it started. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I don't know. I don't know. We can do a couple of the categories. I think it's not really that big of a deal. If there, maybe just tell
No.
me some things you want to say more about it. Some other takeaways you had. Because to me, like obviously the best character is Willy. The character I liked the least was probably
The lady that ran the
yeah, but that's you want to hate her. You're supposed to
Yeah.
hate her. Maybe I didn't love the Keegan Michael Key character.
Oh, I was like, because I haven't heard anything about because you know how people hate fat suits now.
This
So
one
I'm
worked for me.
curious.
This one worked for me though, because it was so silly.
So
Because it was so
silly.
absurd. You know, it wasn't
He's
like,
like, I gained like 30 pounds, like
100
150 pounds
Like,
in 3 weeks.
it didn't. It didn't bother me at all. They don't really normally bother me, but like, what's his name went in it for the whale being a giant fat person that's obese.
Oh.
Like that to me is weirder. This was like silly, and I just didn't care. I just didn't care. Some people probably did, but I didn't care at all
Yeah.
because it was fun.
Um,
It was funny to me.
I really liked the absurdity of the chocolate cartel.
Yeah, the chocolate cartel was really a funny thing, and like,
It was like,
yes, the part where they broke down how they were keeping the chocolate
yeah,
in underneath
what
the
they were
church and all
doing.
that. Yes. Again, I don't want to ruin a bunch of it, but like
No,
the absurdity
so
of the
good.
chocolate, it was really when they got. It was almost like a when they started telling the story, it almost had like a Ocean's 11 vibe, like and then there's the safe. Like,
Yeah.
it was almost like they're talking about the casino safe. It was actually quite funny. It really worked for me.
I thought I was gonna hate when they go to the zoo to get the giraffe
Loved
milk,
it.
and I loved it. I
Right?
loved
Milking the giraffe. And it was just like, you're
milk
going
of
to
the
milk a
giraffe.
giraffe?
Just like I was like, oh god, this could be weird, and then
It
it
was like
wasn't at
not
all.
weird. It was actually quite nice.
Mm-mm.
There's so many sweet things about it. Now we're probably
Yeah,
overselling it for someone to watch it. Like,
I
it's
know.
okay, guys. It's an okay flick.
It's just okay.
It's okay.
I like just how like the chocolate like made it was like a
Special.
whole ass experience. It was
Yeah.
special. It made
Mhm.
people feel. It gave like Noodle, who had no hope ever in her life, finally realized there was hope.
But yeah, absolutely.
Ugh,
I knew that Noodle. I'm not gonna. Again, I don't want to ruin anything.
yeah,
But also, I wouldn't ruin anything because it also didn't really. Was really no payoff there. It's like
no,
the end.
yeah,
And I was like, and then they said what it was. I was like, well, okay, I don't know who that is, but but it was still I enjoyed it. And then obviously the chocolate bar at the end.
oh my god,
Obviously,
cried like a
so
fucking baby.
but it was so good.
I was like,
Once the
"Ugh."
second I Tara, because it got me so many ways. It got me
Yes,
nostalgia wise.
yeah,
That's another thing. Again, I'm not gonna ruin it, but that was like one of the big things where it was like such a nice little, like, oh, that's where you got
hmm
that from.
right.
It's such a nice little
Everyone,
thing.
ah,
And I was like, and I knew it was. Here's the thing, Tara. I knew it was there. I knew that the whole time. But when it
yeah,
still happened, I was like, oh my god, it was so good.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we kind of covered it. I don't know if there's more. My favorite character was Willie. My least favorite character was Keegan Michael Key character, but then I ended up liking him a lot
I
because when
liked
he got
him. I
fat,
thought he was funny.
I don't know if there was
It
characters
was
I didn't like, to be quite honest.
no, because like everyone kind of had like
Their thing.
their thing.
I
Because
really
like the
liked
candy.
I really liked the comedian that wasn't very good.
Oh my
That
gosh,
comedian in
who could
general,
talk
I really
underwater?
liked that comedian. Oh my god! And then when he did it, it didn't even. There was such, the way he used it was so stupid.
I know. And
But
the octopus.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like, oh my god, he was really good. That's a really funny comedian. I've seen him on stuff. And he's just really a funny guy, and that really worked for me. Him being a
Well, I
bad comedian.
really liked when the like big kind of ogre guy was like, "Keep doing it. You got something here."
Oh yeah, the ogre guy
As he
was
was
really
leaving.
funny.
Yeah,
I liked
he
him a
was
lot.
funny.
Him and his little drawer shorts. You know what didn't work?
Where'd you get those
You know what I'll
dungarees?
say didn't work for me was the lady that didn't talk.
Oh, I know. And then
That's always one of my least favorite things. Like, and then all of a sudden we all knew she was going to talk at some point, but like,
yeah.
it just was no point to her. There's kind of no point to her at all.
Mm-mm. Well, no.
Well, I guess there was.
They
I guess
needed
there
her.
was. But why didn't she didn't need to not talk. Like, she's nothing to talk about.
She was just stressed
I
out.
guess she was stressed. I liked it. You're wrong. I'm trying to poke holes in it. I can't.
I
You know what
know.
my favorite part about it was? There wasn't no goddamn grandpa. No
I-
goddamn Grandpa Joe fucking being a. Honestly, the bad guys were bad guys, and everyone else was a good
Yeah.
guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The bad guys were bad guys, and no one was like towing that line. There was no like, maybe you're this, maybe you're that. I also
What did
liked the
you-
guards, the two guards,
Yep.
little thing. I don't want to ruin that,
Mhm.
but
What did you think of the when they opened the candy shop?
that was so fun.
So
To me,
fun.
that was almost that was giving us the
yes.
the-
where like
the
where
walk from the
yes.
original. That was the
Yes.
homage to the original because the end was not that. The end was like
Yeah.
much more CGI'd and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I thought that was so cool. I wanted to go to that candy shop so bad. I was
I know.
so mad.
And it kind of again did homage as he's throwing out the stuff to the beginning candy store.
All
where
sorts
he's
of stuff
just
like that.
throwing out
Guys,
stuff.
go see this movie.
Go
Go
watch
watch it on
it. It's
HBO
good.
Max. It's very good. Any other things?
Chalamet, you'll just love him.
Okay, I do want to talk about Tara. What do you think? Chalamet.
Great.
Is he the best star out there? Right, like young star for sure. I don't even think it's close after watching this. I don't even know if
Well,
young
I've
people.
not
I don't even
seen-
know if young people went to see this, but he does so much different stuff, and he's like really
Yeah.
good in stuff.
I've not seen Dune.
I saw the
So
first
I-
Dune, which he was good in, but like he's in this, which he plays this character, which is this fun, charming. He was like so sweet in it. I really loved it. If it's not him, I don't know if it works.
No,
You
he
know?
was like the most perfect.
I don't know who
part-
else could have pulled that off. Like
He
think
was
of another
just-
young guy. Like Tom Holland would be like another young guy. Maybe he could pull it off because he's kind of charming. But like
Yeah.
the big thing for everyone was like, oh, you did Wonka, but you didn't have whatever his name from the bear in it because he looks like. Can you imagine him in that role? It
Oh,
would have
God.
sucked ass. It
He
would have been a
needed,
totally
like,
different
just-
movie.
It would have.
But also wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have worked then, because this is what it needed to be. It was like this really sweet.
Yes.
I think Chalamet's got a chance to be like good, because he just did little things he did were like, oh man, that was really good. What you did there, and it was really different than other things he's ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Like he does that, and then he does like the SNL stuff, and he's really silly in that. And then he's also in that like silly character when he was in that movie with Leo about the. I don't know if you ever watched that, where it's like Don't Look Up or something like that, where the world's gonna end.
No.
Oh, he's good in that, and then he's in the movie where he's does drugs, and he's Steve Carell's kid, and
yeah,
it's sad as fuck.
And he's good in that.
He's good in that though, really good in that.
He's good. I loved it.
So Chalamet, I think he's got. I'd take a Chalamet over a Butler any day of the week. Any day of the week.
Butler. Oh, Austin.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck that Elvis shit. I never saw it because I hated the first 20 minutes of it. So I gave up. Yeah, so Wonka, watch it.
Watch it.
This is from two people who are obsessed with the original and are hard on other ones, and I didn't buy it. I don't know what what did you think going in? Did you think it was going to be good?
I had no idea. I didn't even know what to expect. I knew it was a prequel, but I didn't really know what any of the story was going to be like.
Sure.
So maybe that's why they didn't really show too much, because like the story was actually like very interesting, and
yeah, I think they could have done a little better with it. Trust me, the trailers were bad. But make sure, like, give a little more of the musical stuff. I don't know. There was like parts of it in the trailer that I thought looked stupid when they happened in the movie. They're great. Like the balloons part was awesome. Like I was like worried. Like don't let her float away. I got concerned.
I know.
So, but yeah, so that's Wonka. Moving on. You ready to move on? Anything you want to talk about before we do our 2001 list? 2001.
I know. I got 2 grievances.
Let's do those after 2001.
Okay.
That's the end. You know that.
Well,
I don't know if there's anything else you want to touch on, Wonka or sports or anything, or you brought like a snack you wanted to tell us about.
No, I don't have any snacks.
Yummy. If you guys want to email us and give us your list from 2001 or next week's 2002, it's MELLONfights, MELLON fights @gmail.com. Follow us on MELLONfights podcast on Instagram, or MELLONfights on TikTok, or MELLONfights on YouTube. There you go.
Love it.
Love it. But now we're going to do our top things from 2001. Like I said, we're coming up on our two-year anniversary, which is...
Not next week, but the following.
Correct, right? That's what we realized. Yeah. So 2-year anniversary show will be 2 weeks from this episode. So we'll be recording it 2 weeks from today. Or 2 weeks and 1 day from today. We'll see. We don't really know yet.
If you have any... If you want...
If you have any suggestions for our 2-year show, email us next week at MELLONfights. Also, email someone else to see if they can ask us any questions for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, 2 anniversary show. I'm very, very excited about the 2 years, Tara. How about you?
I'm super excited. We've been podding for 2 years.
2 years of podding. Tara, here we go.
All right.
So this is our top 5 things from the year 2001, Tara. Tara, what's your number 5? Here's what I'll say. Well, let me give a little precursor. I fucked this up last time. I made it confusing last time. I said this wrong during last week's pod. But 2000 is the year that... I'm sorry, 2001. 2000 was the year that the election happened. 2001 is when George W. Bush became president. Correct? Correct.
Yes.
The election was in 2000. And then when I was listening to it, I'm like, the election was in 2000. And then 2001 is when he became president. So, and we were both in high school now. Tara's now a freshman in high school. Or you were already a freshman last time?
No, I'm a sophomore.
Okay. So you were a freshman in 2000. The last
2000, 2001. Yep.
Okay. So we're both in high school now, full on. You'll probably get you have your license in 2001?
Yep.
Cool. We both can drive. So there you go. All right. Tara, what is your number 5 thing from the year 2001? Lots to choose from. It's hard for me to pick a top 5 though.
Mine too. It was like one of those things where
Lots of good stuff, but nothing like.
can we talk autos quick? I think there's one auto. So I don't have it on my list.
Yeah, okay. What is it?
Do you think you know or no?
There's only one thing I would auto.
I would auto
It's
Tenacious D.
Tenacious D. I have it as my number 1. But the
Okay.
Tenacious D album, Tenacious D is an auto. I
Yes.
agree. It's damn near Rushmore for me. It's definitely a top 100. Definitely a top
I know
100.
I know every single song on it. I love
it's
it.
like the one album. So as much as we'll talk about music, I used to know every word. I don't think I could do every word without it. But as I listened, I basically could probably sing every word to that album.
Yeah.
Sketches and all.
Yep.
I
remember when we got it.
I remember when we went to go get it.
We got in Dad's
We got in Dad's car. It was me, you, Keith Brown. And was that it? Or did Nick go with?
No, I think it's just the 4 of us.
And we went and got the Tenacious. Yeah, Nick couldn't go, but Keith Brown. We went and we bought it. Day it came out.
Dad was with us because we couldn't buy it ourselves, I don't think. Or you probably could have.
I could have, but I'm just trying to figure out.
No, you couldn't have.
It's not 16, it was 18?
It's 18.
I don't think they carded me for Tenacious D, I gotta be honest, Tara. I'm trying to remember how we knew all the songs before.
We didn't. We only knew the tribute, I think.
Oh, we only knew Tribute?
Yeah.
We didn't know Fuck Her Gently?
No.
Wow. So yeah, Tenacious D.
Lots of listening to that.
The amount I listened to, I have it on vinyl. Why didn't I put that up? I'm dumb. I was trying to think of what album to put up, and I didn't put that up. It's like, oh, I can't think of the right albums. So yes, I think Tenacious D album is an auto. So I don't know what I'm gonna do for my number 1. I'll have to figure it out.
You could move everything up and sneak something in at 5.
I did. I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I got it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I got
All
it.
right. My number 5 thing of 2001 is the iPod. That was huge.
Yep.
It's like
I had it at number. I snuck it in. Honestly, that's the one I just put in. So it is my number 5 now. So it is my number 5, the iPod. The iPod was awesome.
It was awesome.
I wish we all only had iPods still instead of like these phones.
Yeah.
I wish they were separate.
Yes.
I guess you can do them separate if you still have one, but it was just better to have it as its own thing. You didn't have to worry about killing your battery. Like you just had it because the battery lasted a really long time if that's all you used it for.
Oh, for sure.
Days.
It was awesome.
iPods
And
were
you'd
amazing.
have to like go in and download everything on iTunes, and you could do like a shuffle of the songs or pick playlists. It's freaking awesome.
It's was awesome.
I feel like this because when I was doing my list this time, there's just so much music was way more part of my life than everything else.
Yeah.
So
not me as more movies, but yeah,
there's a lot of movies too.
But here's what it also. So Napster didn't start this year, but Napster was going full force. It only lasted like another year. But iPod, along with Napster and burning CDs, ripping CDs. Nothing was better, man. It was awesome. Kids today, it was better than streaming. It was. Streaming kind of is annoying sometimes.
Yeah.
You got to listen to the things you love the most all the time. They were yours too. You
owned
have to worry about. I know you have to. You can have no commercials. We got to pay for extra for no commercials. I don't know, man. iPod was perfect. It was just so nice. Good. The funny thing is, I didn't have an iPod first. I had that Dell. I got the Dell version of it. It's what I wanted. In my brain, it was cooler. I was like, I don't want the same one everyone has. I wanted this Dell one. That's what I got for Christmas.
Well, Dad got the Zune,
which is awesome.
That one was awesome.
He still has his Zune. It works great.
Yeah.
But iPods were awesome. No, don't get me wrong. They're amazing.
No.
I never had the
I never had a big one.
Original one though. I think the first one I got was I had a video. Had like
a touch?
No, not a touch one. It had like the thing still, clicker circle thing.
Yep.
But it had like a screen that was like lit up and stuff. It wasn't just like the analog-y screen. It was the full on where it showed the album cover and stuff.
Mm.
I think you had a mini before I had that. I think.
I had
Then
a
I had
mi-
an iPod video, and then I had the iPod that was like basically an iPhone.
Yeah.
I went through them all hard. Yeah, that's a
I had
good one.
Shuffle.
So that was my number 5 as well. So I don't. It's your turn again. Tara's number. Tara, what's your? So my number 5 thing is the iPod as well. Tara, what's your number 4 thing from 19? Nope. Tara, what's your number 4 thing from 2001?
My number 4 thing from 2001 is the album Morning View by Incubus.
Somehow I didn't come across that. I blew that. That's a great album.
Another album that I could literally listen to front to back and know every single song. I loved them.
Sure.
It was like one of the first like non like pop albums that I just fucked with.
Sure. I loved it. I loved it a lot. I actually have it. And Incubus. I went and saw them live. For that tour. I think it was probably in 2001. I don't remember who they were with, but I just watched Incubus. It was good. It was like a random. It was like one of those things. You can't do this anymore. It was just like they were playing at like a major venue, and like people were like, oh, when do you think we're gonna go to Incubus tonight? I'm like, all right, I'll go. And just got a ticket. It's so hard to do that. And I just went and bought it at the box office.
Yeah.
Ticketmaster got involved and fucked everything up. It's like impossible now to get shit done. It's so expensive. It was not expensive to go see Incubus.
No.
And Incubus was doing all right.
They were doing great.
They know Taylor Swift putting the 4.6 million views or whatever it is on Disney. I think they said, who cares? I started it. Dan and I started it. He couldn't handle it. He's like, turn it off. It's just not. He's just like, it's so funny. He's just like, because he never talked. He's like, she has no stage presence. I'm like, I completely agree. It's like a generic, weird, safe thing. Doesn't make any sense to me. There's no soul behind it.
Right.
Like so robotic, and she's such a bad dancer. Dad hated it. And then we watched Nate.
I love it.
So we watched that and goes, and we watched Nate. So like that's the thing that's the most popular thing in the world. And then we watched Nate, which nobody's ever seen. And he's like, this is so good. It's such a better art. It's just better art. My number 4 thing. My number 4 thing from 2001 is Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks started in 2000.
Ooh,
come on.
That's a good
Hard
one.
Knocks was awesome. Hard Knocks is still awesome. It changed the game on how they covered, did docu-style sports. It was the first one to really do it like that. And now everyone does the same thing. Hard Knocks was so fucking good on HBO. The very first season, I think, was... And I forget. Was it the Jaguars? NFL Hard Knocks. Or was it the Cowboys?
Why did you let me have my hair like I just had it for the entire time?
Oh, I just thought that was what you wanted to look like.
It looked so bad.
I just thought that's what you wanted to look like.
I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing?
I just thought that's what you wanted to look like. The first year was... I don't know why I didn't look this up before. The series depicted personal... Yeah, I know, but what was the first year? Oh, the first year... Oh, that's right. It was the Ravens. The Ravens was the very first year. Right after they won the Super Bowl? Yeah, it was after they won the Super Bowl. They're on it. Then the Cowboys were the next year. So there you go. Hard Knocks. Tara, how good is Hard Knocks?
So good.
Not on your list, though.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Not on your list.
I didn't see
Hard
it.
Knocks.
So it would have been.
But yeah, Hard Knocks still killing it this many years later. I just wish the Cowboys were every other season. How about that? Every other season, the Cowboys. I think they've been on it 3 times. They were on it the second year, and then they're on it a few years later. And they've only been on it one more time after that, 2021.
That drone scene from 2021 was so fucking cool.
It was cool.
It was so cool.
It was cool. I liked it.
Can you do that with your drone?
Yeah, they didn't do it first try. I think I could do it. It's not that hard. It's not that easy, but there's like a way to do it. If I practiced it, tried it a couple times, I'd get it. The thing about it is
running into people and
no, they have it was a very small one. First of all,
a small drone,
and it had all the bells and whistles that kept it from hitting stuff.
It was still cool.
I didn't say it wasn't cool. Pretty good. That's pretty good. Tara, what's your number 3 thing from 2021? Nope.
My number
2001.
3 thing.
What's your number
from
3 thing from
2001.
2001? I kept Googling 2021 when I was trying to find this answers to this shit.
My number 3 from 2001 is the movie Save the Last Dance.
Tara, your lists are so bad.
Why?
Tara, because that movie sucks.
So here's
So
the thing.
much.
This is what I struggle
It's
with.
funny to laugh at, but it
No.
sucks. That movie sucks.
But here's the thing. Now it's not the greatest, but in 2001,
I feel like even in
it was
2001
like-
we made fun of it.
no, I loved it.
In fact, in
Fine.
2001,
Do you want me
there's
to
a movie I
change
have
it?
on my list that makes fun of it.
I know.
You can't
That
change
was
it.
gonna be that
You
was gonna
can't
be
change-
my
no,
other one.
You have to stick with your shitty ass Save the Last Dance.
No, you
No,
let me change
No,
things sometimes.
you're not changing it.
Well, then
You're not
I
changing it to
stand
take
by it.
mine. Take your shitty movie. That is
Then
sucks.
I stand by it because
it's only
it
funny.
was
It's
this-
only good because it's funny to laugh at because it's so bad.
when I was in high school at the time, I loved it. I loved the
'Cause you're white.
dancing in it. I loved the unforbidden love in it.
Was it Unforbidden?
loved- I think a little bit. People were like talking badly about it.
That was the year of Unforbidden Love. Othello came out that year as well. Also with her in it. She was
Yeah.
just dating black dudes that year. Julia Stiles. Ho, ho, ho.
And she
I'm not calling her a hoe. I was just like, whoa.
Kerry Washington was in it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's just like so much about it that I just loved.
Wild. Wild take. I'm just saying. Wild take. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
My number 3 thing. I don't know how I can't listen, the dancing at the end is funny. It's just funny to me that holds up. Like you're like, even after the fact, you're like, yeah, that still makes my list.
So this is what I struggle with because I go back and forth with things like that I still love till this day and something that meant so much to me in 2001.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean
Casey and
anything to you
JoJo's
now, though, does it?
song. I mean, when I watch it, I still like it. It's nostalgic.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't hold up as much as some of the other ones on my list. Can I just
No,
change it?
no, you're not taking mine to
on.
change it. You did it and you accept it. My
Can
number
I-
my number 3 thing is the Xbox was released in 2001 and Halo. Xbox and Halo combo, specifically Halo. Just the amount of Halo that we played when Xbox came out. I didn't think I asked for an Xbox for Christmas. I thought I might get one. When I got it, I almost felt guilty because I got everything I wanted that year. And Xbox was amazing. I felt bad about it for a little while. Then I just loved Halo so much I stopped giving a shit. Halo, Xbox changed video games. I was like, man, this is the best. I didn't know it could be this good.
That was a good Christmas. I know exactly what you're talking about because I got a TV with a VCR
Sick.
that was mounted up on my
Yeah.
wall, and then a chair and a
Mhm.
bunch of movies.
Jeannie must have been raking the dough in that year.
Yeah.
A little extra dough coming in. Jim and
Yeah.
Jeannie both raking in the dough. Said, here's the gifts. Yeah, I feel like Trin got good stuff that year. I feel like I all got a lot of good stuff that year, and I definitely feel guilty about it now and then a little bit. But I also loved my Xbox. Thank you so much, Jeannie and Jim. Loved my Xbox. I played it a lot, and maybe the reason that I started to really struggle in school because I played a lot of Halo. A lot of Halo. So yeah, Halo's awesome if you never played it. Tara wasn't playing video games anymore at this point, but Xbox was like it. Like, it was fun. 4 people could play. It was fun. I was never a PlayStation guy. Like, PlayStation 2 was the other big system out at the time, and I was a Xbox guy. Tara, what's your number 2 thing? 2001.
Are you sure I can't change
Yes.
my number 3?
Go with what you have.
Come on.
You blew it.
All right, my number 2
Not taking
is
my 2.
Well, I can pick a different one.
No. Go with what you got.
My number 2 is the performance at the 2001 VMAs of Britney Spears' Slave for You.
Oh, wow.
When she was amazing. She was like just floating around the stage with a freaking python on her shoulders, looking hotter than ever.
Now you're just
Love.
shoehorning Brittany into your list.
I feel
I
bad.
fucked up, so I'm just going to put her in as high as I can.
But
That's
that
okay,
was
it
like
was
a
good.
big deal.
It was a big
People
deal.
talked about it all the time. She looked
Mhm.
amazing.
She looked great.
It's when she started getting like sexier.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I can see that. I don't have this on my list. Tara, she was always sexy. What are you talking about? She was sexy before that.
But that's like when I felt she was sexy
No, because the
first.
previous year was the year she did like that see-through
Oh, that's
one,
what she did. Oops, I did it again.
and she was
That
wearing
was good too.
that like see-through number.
It was like not see-through. It was like skin colored and had a bunch of rhinestones.
Yeah, but it looked see-through. It was very sexy.
Well, Slave for You was awesome. She looked hot.
I'm not saying she
had
didn't
a
look
s-
hot. I agree.
It was like an awesome performance. She was in a cage at one point. Like
Mm-hmm.
nailed it.
She looked great. She was on top of the world there. No one was
Yes.
hotter than her for it. I don't think there's ever been Sydney Sweeney right now. They're trying to act like is trying to make a run at being, but she's not. She's different hot.
Mm-mm.
Like she's definitely attractive and hot, but it isn't the same. She's not as charming as like Brittany was. The it. She was it.
Yeah.
There was nothing
She
big.
was just like the sweetest little
It's like man, she was like the girl
Southern
next. She was like
girl.
the girl next door, but also like insanely hot and sexy.
Yeah.
Where Sydney Sweeney's like a femme fatale type, where it's like she's just like kind of sex is what she's selling. Where Brittany's like, I'm a good girl, but look how sexy I can be. Where Sydney
Mhm.
Sweeney's just like, here's my boobs. Look at my boobs. She's in some new movie where she's a nun. I want to see it. It's a horror movie. I bet it's
Ooh.
really dumb, but I'll see it. See, it'll be funny. Tara, you ready for my number 2?
I already know it.
Not really. My number 2 thing from 2001 is it's a combo, 2 things. It's a genre of movie that was big at the time, and it is the spoof movie, and there's 2 of them that were just crushing in 2001, and it was Scary Movie 2 and Not Another Teen Movie.
That's actually my number 3 too, just so everyone knows.
you're not. Nope, it's Save the Last Dance.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No, it's
fine.
not.
Tara, the thing is, you loved that movie at the time too,
I know.
and it made fun of your shitty movie.
I know.
Like the same year it came out and made fun of the exact same shitty movie. Like it was so funny. Not Another Teen Movie is so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's like one of those movies I think is underrated that people don't realize how funny it is, like as a spoof of teen movies. Tara put teen movies on her list 2 years ago,
I did.
which was like whack instead of being specific. But
Okay, you're doing spoof movies right now.
spoof is very genre relate. Teen movies, Not Another Teen Movie.
It was the year of the teen movie.
It wasn't.
Yes, it was.
There was it was a very specific kind of teen movie. That's what I would like to not just teen movies. No one agreed with you. No one was like, bravo, Tara, teen movies. Do you think they bravoed it?
That. I think
do.
they did. I think they bravoed it.
They bravoed nothing.
Yes, they did.
So anyway, the spoof movie, and then Scary Movie 2, even though Scary Movie 1 is actually, I think, a better movie, Scary Movie 2 was funnier. It was just like, it had some of the funnier, more memorable moments. It had Chris Elliott with his tiny ass hand. And that was like maybe the funniest bit in any of the Scary movies. It was so funny. But does it hold up as a full movie? Not really, but there's some really funny moments in it. Really inappropriate moments in it. It's a funny movie, but Not Another Teen Movie is a much smarter and better written movie, and it's like almost, it's so ridiculous that it's amazing. Like it's very good.
Yeah.
And then people kept making spoof movies and they sucked. It's like not all spoof movies are created equal. They're like,
and then there was just like 8 million of them after those two had.
That's
after
what I'm saying.
Those 3.
It's like, it's like disaster movie and things like that. And it's like they thought that they could just show basically what happened in the movie and that was or something like, here's a pop culture reference. No, it's like Scary Movie. Not Another Teen Movie felt like
a
teen movie. It was so good. Like it felt like I was watching a teen movie that just happened to have funny shit in it.
Yeah.
Where those other movies didn't feel like that. Scary Movie, the original, did the same thing. First Scary Movie basically had the same bit as it had a twist ending that you didn't see coming, and it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Scary Movie's great, and Scary Movie 2 just wasn't as good of a movie wise, like story wise, but it was funny. I just want to put it in there with Not Another Teen Movie. I could take it off and put Not Another Teen Movie, but I'll just put them together. Whatever.
Yeah, that works for me.
Tara, what's your number one thing from 2001?
My number one thing from 2001 is Destiny's Child Survivor, the album.
Oh, wow.
Loved it. again,
I didn't know you loved it that
and
much. I know it was
oh
that
my
high.
god, every single song I can sing from every. It was all about being an independent woman. It was about being
But Independent Woman came out the year
bootylicious.
before, right?
Yeah, but like it,
Bootylicious almost made my list. Just for the term
bootylicious.
bootylicious.
Yeah. Um. It's just so good. It has like these little segues in between songs too, which are super great. Uh,
Is
I
my
loved it.
skin tone the same color as my sweater?
Yeah. Are you sunburned?
No, I think it's because the sweater. I think it's just the lighting. No, I'm not sunburned. Yeah, bootylicious. I liked that record. I don't know if
My
it. I
body's
don't.
so
It would make my top
bootylicious.
20 for the year, but I didn't know that would be that high
Oh,
for you either.
true.
I thought some other things might make that list, but
I'm telling you, I listened to it so many times.
so I liked it. I loved. That's when I really started to like. I didn't really care about their previous record, Destiny's Child. This is when I fell in love with them. Survivor, yeah, Independent Woman. Like that was the year of Destiny's Child for me as well. I liked them a lot. I was like, oh dang,
Hmm.
these three bitches is. Actually, to be fair, I was only into two of them. I was obviously into Beyonce, but I was a Michelle Williams guy. Nope, it's a lie.
Yep,
But that's not who
that's
I
who
was
me.
into. I
Oh,
liked
you
what
were
I was into.
Kelly Rowland.
Kelly Rowland more. Kelly Rowland. Michelle
Oh my
Williams was
gosh.
seemed older to me. Too
And
old.
it's like that's when I
She's
first
probably
realized that
22.
Beyonce
Was it
was like the best performer that ever existed.
from that album?
She just started bringing it
Oh, I
with
didn't know
her
she's the best
stuff.
performer. She got much better after
I
that.
mean, but like that's when I realized she was it and that she was probably gonna go solo.
They all went solo. Not by choice.
Yeah.
Here, my number one's very exciting. I'll tell you something, when this started, it was at number 5, but when we moved Tenacious D out, this jumped to number 1 from 5. I was like, it actually belongs to number 1. So I got to get my horny pick in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So 2000. So my number 1 thing from the year 2001, Tara, my number 1 thing. So it was the year of Halle Berry. Halle Berry had 2 very pivotal nude scenes in 2001. First, she started off very tame with a nice little random little topless shot in a movie called Swordfish, which if you've never seen it is a wild movie with Hugh Jackman, and the bad guy is Travolta. He has like this little goatee, like a little Flavor Saver one, and like long center parted hair that's straight. It's very good. And it's about hacking. It's like they're like Hugh Jackman's a hacker. They're trying to steal money from something. It's very good. But anyway, Halle Berry, little. Everyone's like, Halle Berry had never done nudity before, and we're all like, whoa, Halle Berry is going to be nude in this movie, and then she is. But then later in the year, Monsters Ball comes out, and she's in like this. What it shouldn't be sexy, but it's like this very graphic sex scene with Billy Bob Thornton, and she wins an Oscar for that one. She looks great, and she looks great. She looks so good that they're like, she gets an Oscar. That's how good she looked nude in Monsters Ball. Again, really sad. Shouldn't be sexy, but somehow it was a very sexy scene because Halle Berry was like, she's Halle Berry. She looked great. Have you ever seen it?
Mm-mm.
You ever seen that scene?
No.
You should, Terry, can I say something? You'd hate Monsters Ball.
Oh, I don't
It's
want to
like,
watch it then.
Here, no reason to spoil. I'm going to say spoiler alert, but it's like a 23-year-old movie. Here's a couple things that happen in the movie.
Okay.
Let me break down for you. Billy Bob Thornton, I would say, I guess, is the main character. Billy Bob Thornton is a guard on death row, right?
Okay.
Halle Berry is a single mother with a thick boy as a son. Loves snacking. Billy Bob Thornton's son is Heath Ledger, right? And Halle Berry's husband, I don't know if it's her husband or just the father of the kid, is Puff Daddy. That's where we're starting. Puff Daddy's on death row. Halle Berry's going in and like visit him and shit. And the couple they do a couple things. They what's it called when they kill a person on death row? I'm blanking.
Execute?
They execute one guy earlier in the movie, and then they finally get to the part where where Puff Daddy gets executed, right?
Mhm.
And it's this like small town where this is going on, and Holly Berry and Heath Ledger also works on death row. Heath Ledger is depressed and isn't love, and his dad is and Billy Bob's not very nice to him. And then in front of Billy Bob, he shoots himself in the chest. It's wild. That's how he kills himself. And then later in the movie, Holly Berry's like, she's like a single mom working hard, and her son like goes to sit at work with her. They're walking home in Billy Bob passes her on the street, knows her from this. I think he knows what he knows who she is. I don't think she knows who he is, if I'm not mistaken. And passes her on the road, and then passes going back the other way later in the day, and it's like a rainstorm, and her son has been hit by a car and dies. And then they just like are hanging out, and then they bang, and then they start dating. It's a wild movie. That's Monsters Ball, Tara. But Holly Berry had a year of it was the year of Holly Berry, huh?
The year of the nudity.
The year of Holly Berry being nude. The scene is wild. It's very like it's like one of those ones where it's like memeable, and we used to make fun of it because it was like also like Jesus Christ. It was a wild scene. So yeah, my number one thing is Holly Berry in 2001. She was killing it. She won the Oscar for that performance, and she was in Swordfish, killing it.
All right, we did it.
Tara, honorable mentions from 2001. Let's be quick. It's an hour 15.
Oh, God,
really
we suck.
fast. Really fast. No, we don't suck. This is a good length. We go fast.
Okay.
Do movies.
Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, not another teen movie.
You don't have to say that. I already put it on my list.
Oh, Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
Shrek.
Mm-hmm.
Training Day. Monsters, Inc.
Mm-hmm.
The Princess Diaries.
Yep.
Zoolander.
Mhm.
Super Troopers.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Dirt.
Yep.
Get Over It.
Yep.
Saving Silverman.
Yeah.
And then a couple Disneys, Luck of the Irish and Motocross and Halloween Town 2.
Nice. Yeah, it was a big year for comedy.
Yeah.
This comedy was in its heyday. Like teen comedies. Like comedies like people in their early teens and college age obviously would go to as well. You had your, like you said,
Super Trooper, awesome.
you had the two I already mentioned, Scary Movie 2, not another teen movie. They were monsters. These movies were making money. Joe Dirt was huge.
Huge.
Like you said. Legally Blonde was big. Different vibe, but was big. But then they had, for bro comedies, you had Super Troopers, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Saving
Zoolander.
Zoolander. I'm naming them. Freddy Got Fingered.
Mm.
And then you also, which was ridiculous. I don't know if I've ever laughed harder at a movie because I was like, this is insane. I can't
It
believe
was
this is
so
in a movie.
insane.
And yeah, Saving Silverman, and then Wet Hot American Summer is something I discovered later in life.
Yeah.
I really love it.
It's good.
But yeah, that was like, those were monsters that year. Like they don't do that anymore. Put out good, like you got Icky Stanicky now. Which have you watched it yet?
Yeah.
Ricky Stanicky. Did you like it?
It's fine.
All right.
It wasn't great.
Couple. You didn't name Blow or A Knight's Tale? I don't think.
I haven't seen either.
Donnie Darko.
Mm-mm.
I did love Lord of the Rings. Harry Potter I liked a lot, actually. I didn't care for any of them after that, which is funny because a lot of like Potter fans like the other ones better. Training Day, you said. Yeah, he won for Training Day, and Holly Berry won for Monsters Ball the same year, which was like people were pretty excited. And then the Oscars went back to white pretty quick after that. Frailty is another movie I loved from that year. And A Beautiful Mind was big. Oh, no, he didn't win for Training Day. No, he did win for Training Day. God, I forget how it went. He won for Training Day. Yeah, that was the movies of that year. Shrek, you said. One thing I want to mention. Oh, no, we'll do TV shows quick. I don't think any TV shows made the list, did they?
No.
Oh, no, I said Hard Knocks.
Oh, yeah.
But a couple other TV shows, I'll do TV shows since you did movies, were the UK Office, which brought us both The Office, got to exist because but it also brought us Ricky Gervais all at the same time. So that was big. Fairly Odd Parents, which was maybe, honestly, my favorite
I loved it.
Nickelodeon show at one point. Like, it was on at the same time as SpongeBob, and I think I liked it better. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Lizzie McGuire hit the scene. That's when we got our first taste of Duff. That sounded dirty. But, and then there were some weird shows. Oh, Eliminate. How good was Eliminate? Eliminate.
1, 2,
So good.
3, for limited.
There's also a bunch of weird shows that were going on. Primetime Glick with Martin Short as like playing like this. Speaking of fat suits, killing it in a fat suit, best fat suit ever. Man, I love Primetime Glick. It's so
It was
fun.
so insane.
Oblongs was a good show on Oblong started. So did Robot Chicken. Oblongs I actually liked a lot on Adult Swim. And then one show that had a short life was That's My Bush. That's how fast they made that show. Like the year he became president, That's My Bush came out. I think maybe after 9/11 it went off. But That's My Bush, where it was like a sitcom, and like this is how crazy the sitcom was. There was like they would tackle the issues, and it was the abortion episode, and the pro life people were coming in, and the head of the pro life was an aborted fetus. And at one point, because it was very much like, it was so crazy. It was very much like a sitcom. At one point, the dog got a hold of him and he was riding the dog around the White House. It was fucking insane.
Oh my God.
Those guys did the wildest shit. That was all I had for TV shows. What else you got for TV shows?
That's all I had. There wasn't very many.
No, it wasn't a great year for TV shows. I mean, there was shit, but a bunch of shit I didn't care about.
Yeah.
Also, you know what I will say? I looked at the people born that year. I didn't come up with anybody I liked. But I went to the IMDb version of it. There's a lot of people that are in shit right now that can become something, I've decided. But when you go to that one, there's one website that just shows TikTokers. I'm just like,
yeah,
because they're technically, I guess, more famous than these actors and actresses. But there's some good people that I've seen and stuff that aren't bad actors and actresses, I would say. You got anybody born from the year?
Billie Eilish and Caleb McLaughlin, Stronger.
Yeah, Billie Eilish has 2
Stranger
Oscars
Things.
now.
Yeah. She's awesome.
I had one big invention from the year that I thought was worth mentioning, and that's the Nuva ring.
Ooh.
The Nuva ring, 2001 came out.
That wasn't a good one.
That's not a good one?
Mm-mm.
People don't like it? I thought people liked it.
I think it all depends on the person, but one of my friends gained
Died?
a ton of
I think a lot of
weight on
people get it and are fine, don't they? Aren't they?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's a thing that exists.
One thing that was invented, Altoid sours. I loved those.
Oh no, I don't like those.
Oh, I loved them.
I don't like those. What else was invented?
A Segway. Segways got invented.
Nice. They were supposed to change the world. They did not.
No. And then digital satellite radio.
Nice. I had one sports thing. LT was drafted.
LT. Yep, me too. And
LT.
Tony Parker. And Albert Pujols.
Oh, Pujols. He had a nice career. Those are good ones. That's good. You got 3 good. I didn't look at baseball.
And Drew Brees. Did I say Drew Brees?
No, that's a good one too.
Drew Brees.
That's a good one.
Music.
Drew Brees and LT should had a great career together, and they didn't get to. Music-wise, I only had a little bit because I just did. I was struggling.
Island in the Sun by Weezer. That song was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Britney, the entire album. Alicia Keys' Fallen.
Mm-hmm.
Huge.
Mm-hmm.
Alien Ant Farm, Smooth Criminal, just for Drew.
Dang, I missed that one. Alien Ant Farm was the bomb.
Shakira.
Shakira,
Whenever, Wherever.
Oh, nice. I didn't see any of this stuff. I did bad this time.
Crazy Town Butterfly.
Nice.
Get Your Freak On, Missy Elliott.
Nice.
Gorillaz, Clint Eastwood.
Great. I got that album up on the wall. Right there.
Ooh.
And that's a carrot for Easter. And
love
Cadbury eggs. I thought I'd eat a Cadbury egg on for the pod.
Are you going to show them how you eat them by throwing the whole damn thing in your mouth?
This is how you always should eat a Cadbury egg. You can keep reading stuff while I'm getting it open.
Hit 'em Up Style, Blue Cantrell.
Hold on, let me read the few I have, and then you can read the rest. I don't have much. I had Get Your Freak On, Fallen, Bootylicious, Party Hard by Andrew WK.
Yes.
I mean, that almost to me is an auto.
It's so good.
Can we put it on auto?
I'm fine with putting it
Party
on
Hard,
auto.
Andrew WK, straight to auto.
I saw it live 4 times in one concert.
Yep. Straight to auto. Party Hard. And then Move Bitch by Ludacris. Any other songs you had? Peaches and Cream. Nice. Just give me I don't have anything else from 2001, so give me what else.
What would you do? City High. That is it.
Nice.
Oh, O-Town. All or Nothing at All.
Oh, nice. Here's how you eat a Cadbury egg. Every time. Sometimes I'll bite it in half, but
and you just chew it?
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
I love it.
It's like, how big is your mouth? Because that wasn't even difficult for you. If I put the whole Cadbury egg in my mouth,
Mm.
it would take up a lot of
I
space.
feel like I'm on Wonka now. Floating.
Are you going to start floating?
Mhm.
Ra-da-da-da-da-da.
Mm.
That is always wild to me. This is how I eat my Cadbury eggs. I bite them,
No, we can't.
and then I lick out the cream, and then
That's
I
weird.
eat.
I've done it like that, but nowadays I mostly, sometimes I'll bite it in half, look at it, give it a lick, and then throw the other half in. Okay.
That's wild.
Emails. Wait, do you have 2 grievances? Go quick. Very fast. Very fast. One grievance.
No, I got 2.
All right, well, fast then.
My eyeball.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can notice it.
No, with your camera.
It's super red because I scratched it putting makeup on.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then my other one is today I realized how addicted to caffeine I am because I didn't have any.
I'm not.
And I was so sick with a headache, and then I drank soda.
Where do you get caffeine from?
I get it from everything. Coffee, soda, energy drinks, and I
can go no caffeine,
stop.
no problem.
I gotta
I can go
stop.
no caffeine, no problem. No problem.
I gotta get off it.
No problem.
Also,
Emails. What?
Also, one last thing. 14 years ago today, I said animal crackers. I can't live with them. I can't live without them.
You're dumb. Must have been something because of your Lent.
Oh yeah,
Did you give up something for Lent? Did you give up alcohol for Lent?
No.
You're just not drinking.
I just don't drink anymore.
Wow, what a wet blankie.
Drew, today's also National Cocktail Day, and I was wondering, would you rather drink a cocktail made with like clean, no STD jizz, or dirty ass toenails are mixed in and you have to like chew them before swallowing? You have to do one.
What's the cocktail?
We'll say the creamy one is like a White Russian, but instead of cream, it's jizz.
Oh,
and then
all of it is jizz? That all is jizz? Is it mixed up like that though?
Yeah. So it's like,
it's not like just floating?
No, so it's like an ounce. So they'll do like
an ounce?
Yeah.
Oof. Or
then,
toenails?
Or dirty ass toenails that are like crumpled.
How many toenails?
5.
Can I gotta chew them? And they're dirty. There's like dirt on them and shit.
Yeah.
Same dude from the same dude. He's like some hippie.
Yeah, but it's very clean.
I don't know the dude actually. Do I not? It's just.
No, it's just set in front of you.
I think it'd be a lot harder to drink the ones with the toenails. I'd have to chew them up. That'd be disgusting. The jizz, I could just go boop.
And be like, it's
I could
cream,
just
it's
gulp
cream,
it
it's
down.
cream.
I could just gulp it down. I guess. Just like the ladies. Most ladies don't want that. Right. I could just do that. I go like, well, at least I'm getting a little alcohol in the mix.
Well,
I couldn't chew. I'm not chewing toenails. God, did I say I'd rather swallow jizz than chew toenails?
Yeah.
That's rough. I know how I feel about that.
Right.
I might have to come back and tell you, I think it's right. I think it's true. I think that's it.
I think it's right too.
But yeah, that's different. We're different. Drew and Tara, this is from Miranda, 2001. Drew's conservation moment was rough. I said it wrong. I went back and watched it. I said it right every time after the first time.
No.
Every time. Yes, conservation. I said it right. That's how I say it.
Okay.
The first time I said, doesn't matter what I said. I said it right every time. But I really just wanted to say something about it to make him have to say conservation again. What a bitch. She did it. Absolutely loved Wonka. Timothee Chalamet was so charming and endearing. She said I never really noticed how cute he was until this movie.
I think so too.
I thought it was beautiful to watch and a beautiful story. I'm with her. My HBO sound show is The Sopranos. Yep. I knew that'd be her answer. Top 20, the HBO opening thing that we talked about. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, the psh, wow, I don't know what it does. I can't do the noise. I'm not a noise guy. Top 5 from 2001. Number 5, Super Smash Bros. On GameCube, both out in 2001, and we played a lot. That's right, GameCube came out in 2001. She does we have Super Smash Bros. For Switch. We don't play very often.
I don't even know
I'm
what
not good at it. I'm bad at it. Oh, real surprising. Something made its way to the top list again. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the movie. I knew that was going to be on the list. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's her favorite of the movies, but it still made the list for some reason. Lizzie McGuire, good pick. Princess Diaries.
Ugh, that's what I should have picked instead.
instead of Save the Last Dance. Yeah, I agree. Terrible pick. And then Monsters Inc. is also a really good pick. Couple things, honorable mentions. Shrek almost made my list. Legally Blonde almost made my list. Wedding Planner almost made my list. And then she said Training Day, A Knight's Tale. I thought Knight's Tale, I know she liked A Knight's Tale. I thought that might make the list. Ocean's 11, Zoolander, Spy Kids. Spy Kids, I didn't see that.
Oh, I love Spy Kids.
Serendipity, Rush Hour 2, The Luck of the Irish. Scrubs is her first TV show. Fairly Odd Parents, Oswald. I don't know what that is.
I think
Some
it's like
kid cartoon.
no,
Proud Family,
I think it's from
Hard Knocks.
like CW or something.
Don't know what it is. Hard Knocks, Unwrapped, good show. Hosted by Mark Summers. Baby Looney Tunes, Fallen is her first song. Drops of Jupiter, Let Me Blow Your Mind. Hit 'em Up Style, You Remind Me, Angel, Always on Time, The Middle, Ride With Me, Survivor, Lady Marmalade. I did like that one, can't lie. Pants on the Floor, Pants. Lady Marmalade. You know who looked good in it? You know who looked really good in that video? Maya. Loved Maya. Was obsessed with Maya. She was so hot. Maya was hot.
Maya was hot.
Family Affair, Get Your Freak On, Bootylicious, You Got It Bad, Roll Out, The Middle, Get the Party Started, Whenever, Wherever, Don't Let Me Get Me? I don't know what that is.
Don't Let Me Get Me. Pink.
Oh, I didn't know Pink yet. Wasn't
Yes,
Party
you
Started.
did.
I
Get the
didn't
Party
know her until Get the Party Started. I am telling you that for a fact.
I'm telling you that was
I'm
on the
telling you,
same.
I don't know that song. I don't know that song. I
And
only know.
they told me.
Yeah, I knew that
You'd
later.
be a pop star.
I didn't know it was Pink. I'm not a girl,
Okay.
not yet a woman. You guys love getting Brittany in. Jeannie's
She's
got a
the
long one
best.
here. Hey, MELLONfights, enjoy the 100th episode. Something to look forward to in future attire is truly about conservation. Thank you. Fuck all of you. Two things. March Madness, one goodie you missed, Bobby brackets. Where'd he go? I agree. We got to bring Bobby brackets.
I forgot
Can't get John to do it with
about
me, so I have
that.
to do it myself next year. Your grandma Dean was 100 years old. Oh, wow. I didn't know she got to 100.
I didn't either.
She was 98 or 99.
Me too.
Almost 101 and she died. Man, for some reason, I didn't know she got
damn.
to 100. So did you know someone that was 100? Grandpa Chappie so you did know someone in Chappie got to 97. For some reason, I thought he got to 98. I guess I was wrong about all of it. 2000, I was a baby. I was a young boy. I wasn't a baby. But 2001 in history, 5. The Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings franchises were introduced. Oh, I didn't know you liked those. I know we went to the Lord of the Rings with her.
I know. In the IMAX.
It was fun. iPods were rolled out. I think she's just naming things that existed. 3,
She
the
is.
Spice Girls broke up. Oh, wow.
What?
I guess
That's anti.
we didn't do our anti. 2001 had a couple of things. One,
Yeah. Spice Girls.
Spice Girls, George W. Bush became
9/11.
president. 9/11, obviously. I saw this funny bit of this thing that the thing on it's going to be on. I think it's on Netflix. And he goes, yeah. You know, he's like, basically he's telling how he's a veteran of U.S. military. He's like, and everyone's cheers like, nah, I wasn't doing it to be a hero. I'm not a hero. He's like, I was doing it because I want to go to school. It's like, but I joined in 2001 in March, and then September 11th happened, and it was kind of like my September 11th. It was such a good line. He's like, I was just trying to go to school. So that was funny. And they said 9/11 terrorist attacks in America. I think someone remembered exactly where they were when they heard the news. She has that's just her history. 2001.
Yeah, in history.
Movie on the focus this week. Movies are my focus this week. So she does a little. 5 is Lord of the Rings. I didn't know she liked it that much. 4, Shrek. 3, The Last Castle, which is a wild movie with.
I thought she was going to say
Robert
Save
Redford.
the Last Dance.
2, A Beautiful Mind, and 1, Jurassic Park. I think she's a little confused because Jurassic Park 3 came out that year.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
Jeannie,
I don't
nice
think
try.
anyone saw that.
Nobody likes Jurassic Park 3. So fix your fucking list. We'll put, you know what?
Mom,
we'll put in there.
Save the Last Dance on
We'll
there.
what can we put for Jeannie in there? We could put
Save the Last Dance.
does she like that movie? I don't think so. We'll put the Tenacious D album on.
Or we could put Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde, we'll put on there. Jurassic Park, lady, wasn't there? Jurassic Park 3 was dog shit. I don't even know if you saw it.
I definitely didn't.
Crazy honorable mention, I Am Sam, Original Sin, Monsters Inc., Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Can't talk for you, Miranda. Never saw any of those movies, but love the books. These movies just must be good. On my list to watch. All right. And then there's one more email. Questions from Grams.
Oh.
Talked to my grandmother before this. and she's with my mom, and I said, send an email from Grams, and let's see what we got. So this is
I
the first
love
email
it.
from our grandmother. Hey, Druzer and Terror Bear. I think the referees in March Madness games have been very poor. She's not wrong. There's been some very bad
So
calls.
bad.
We
The
didn't talk
Kansas
block. That was the cleanest block I've ever seen.
was so
Kansas
clean.
just gets to move on. That's the one of the worst calls ever. Fuck Kansas.
Yeah,
Fuck that
so
call.
glad they
I forgot
lost.
about. Thank you, Grandma.
Thanks, Grandma.
for
We
reminding
needed
us.
that
That
because
was
we were
dog shit.
texting each other like, what
Now
the
we
hell?
can't show Grandma this clip, but Grandma, I agree. It's been so bad. They're just not consistent at all.
No.
Players can be super aggressive, double and triple guarding a player, and they're all over the player, and then there's no call. And then the reverse can happen where they don't touch him, and it's a foul.
Yeah.
I added that. Then an important time here we go. In a close game, they start calling the touch fouls. They always seem to show favoritism on their teams. Grandma, this is a great email.
Great take.
Great take, Grandma.
Great take, Grammy.
This is our grandma's take. They always seem to show favoritism to one of the terms. How old's Grandma this year?
She'll be 87.
87. They are just not consistent,
Nope.
which makes them
88.
poor referees. She'll be
88.
88. Poor referees. I agree, Grandma. I agree. What do you think? We agree.
We agree.
Also,
Perfect take.
the sportscasters pick out one player. That's all you hear about throughout the game. It takes a team. Yes, Grams,
Yep.
you're right. It's the worst thing about these when they dick ride.
Yes.
When they dick ride one guy
Yeah.
the whole game. It's the fucking worst. Grandma, you can't hear this. Mom, do not play this for Grandma. But tell her that she gave us a
She's
good
so
clip.
right.
They dick ride one guy. It's the worst. It's been the same for you, and Grandma gets
Yep.
it. I'm
She
talking
gets
about the people. I'm talking about the people picking brackets. So she's talking about the experts. She's like, they're not good. They talk about one player. It's so annoying. Love Grams.
Grams, great
Email
take.
of the year.
Email
She
of
gave us
the
a
year.
take.
It was a
We don't
great
get-
take.
We're a sports entertainment podcast. I don't think we've ever gotten a take before. from
No,
a pod.
I don't think
Yes,
anyone
listener.
likes our sports
They
part.
don't like our sports part. And I think we have a new podcast. It's called Grandma Sends a Sports
Grandma
Takes,
Takes.
and we talk about them.
Yeah,
I kind of look like Grandma right now. My
you kind of
pink.
do.
I kind of
She
look like
does
Grandma.
love pink.
She loves pink, and we're built similar. Hey, Tara,
Hey, Drew.
have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Stay dry.
Stay dry.
I said that backwards. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Melon
Melon
fight.
fights.